It gives me great pleasure today to introduce you to the First Principle Party, a new United States political party designed to examine and promote first principle answers to many problems Americans face every day. Why a new political party? Because I have found that the two-party system is more like a uniparty, serving the needs of the people only when it's forced to, while the government advances agendas and policies that are counter to its mission statement we gave it long ago. Data centers, flock cameras everywhere, and new wars are only the latest example of things we object to but are ignored. I think we need a first principles look at everything the government is doing to discover if each item serves the people or a corporation. I am the author of 2 books designed to support your soul's development. Now I am applying those first principles to our country because it is the soul of our nation that is declining due to the lies told to us by politicians. Those lies of deception is undermining where we are going as a nation. I am not yet a public speaker, but don't all good ideas begin with one person? So hear me out and consider what I'm saying. Let me begin with an overview of what the First Principle Party's mission is. I see our mission as twofold. First, to answer one question: what is the purpose of the United States government? What is its mission? Lately it seems it's about world domination. Is that its mission? Is that what we the people want? Is power only to be used to the extreme application it can? Or is it to fulfill the country's mission by using all the power and might it has developed for the people's prosperity, not itself? And second is, after our examination, we can suggest resetting any policy or project that is not in alignment with the goals we gave it at the beginning. This is how we intend to keep our country on course towards its only true mission. Straight up, let me ask you, what do you think the mission is of our country? Tell me in the comments. And who defines the country's mission? The President? Congress? The UN? The WEF? Or some other NGO? Over the years, we have seen all of these take the lead at one time or another, never consulting the non-paid people. Only those who are lobbied to go along with what they are being told. Why else would it change with every new administration or Congress? Isn't our mission centered around to form a more perfect union, to establish justice, to ensure domestic tranquility, to provide for the common defense, not offense, and promote the general welfare? Is that not the mission of our government, of our nation? And if the government does those things, then the promise is that we will have the blessings of liberty for as long as we keep that focus. This has been the unspoken and spoken goals of our nation for 250 years. But look at us lately. We see one administration opening our borders to anyone to enter and take advantage of our prosperity, followed by another administration supporting a war with our nation's resources on another nation's behalf. Both are outside the mission statement stated at our beginning, and both have caused us great harm if you study the real effects of that mission drift. As the First Principle Party founder, I know this cannot stand, and it will not last. Our government drifts from its purpose due to many influences. We need to make the preamble binding law so that individuals in government with agendas that are not in alignment with our mission statement can be stopped before they get started. Like a flag blowing in the wind, we have been vacillating with mixed agendas for far too long. We have seen enough to know it must be stopped in the kindest and gentlest means possible, to simply reinstate and make into law the preamble to the Constitution. In my opinion, it is the only worthy mission statement we can authorize for our ordained government to carry out on our behalf. This is your country, yours and mine. We should never forget that. I ask you to consider what is the mission of our country. One more important point is that lately I have heard people claim to be patriots, but these same people support wars that have nothing to do with our nation more than they do with another. We must hold ourselves to these same mission goals we expect of our leaders. When we do that, we achieve tranquility as a nation, where the government runs in the background and does not make itself the center of attention like a bratty child unable to remember what it is designed to do, grow up into a balanced, rational adult. So consider joining the First Principle Party as we work towards restoring the first principle of our nation, its mission statement, where we can then reset all policies and programs to those goals. No more foreign interference. We have one agenda in the United States. It is stated in our preamble to the Constitution. Let's stop forgetting that. For the sake of the soul of our nation's development, which leads to a more perfect union for one and all, know that the First Principle Party's focus is the door we must walk through together to find our way back to the America we dream of and at times had. It will take all of us to convince our government to serve us first. We have to demand it, and that is why a new political party is needed to transform Congress and the presidency to work for the people, not profit-hungry corporations that steamroll their projects over us like we don't exist. We do exist. That is why there is a government in the first place. So learn what is at stake. Many voices are talking revolution by any means. We can avoid that with what I'm proposing. I built a website, wrote and published essays on Substack, and launched a social media presence, all linked in the description, so you can learn about how we can achieve our goals and where you can join the discussion on how we can return to our stated mission, so long ago made clear. Like and subscribe to help grow this movement. Till next time, this has been our First Principle Party's briefing in its efforts to reset and restore our nation's mission. Thank you for your attention to this introduction.